Welcome back to another GeekaWhat video, and today I'm taking you over the best $700 gaming PC build for the months of August and September, but basically the second half of 2016. So make sure to drop a like, rating and subscribe and enjoy the video. Now this build is going to smash the latest AAA titles. I'm talking Overwatch, Battlefield Hardline, the upcoming Battlefield 1, The Witcher 3, GTA 5, Tom Clancy's The Division. We're going to be looking at great frame rates of over 60 FPS at 1080 and 1440p resolutions. Some of the slightly older games such as CSGO, World of Warcraft, League of Legends and Minecraft, you're going to be seeing ultra settings across the board, well over 100 FPS. And if you did want to venture to 4K in some of those games, that's very possible. But to keep some kind of enjoyable frame rates at more intensive games, we want to stay at 1440 and 1080p. So let's kick it off with the CPU. The Core i5-6500 is Intel's one but highest end non-overclockable i5. It comes clocked at 3.2 GHz, which is healthy enough anyway, and the quad core nature means it's going to be okay for actually a little bit of editing, as well as being compatible with all of the latest AAA titles for at least the next kind of 4 years or so, based on patterns we've previously seen. For the motherboard, you need something with an LJ1151 socket to support this new Skylake range of CPUs. You need something that supports DDR4 memory, SATA 3.6 gigabit per second for the transfer speeds over our SSDs and hard drives, and also PCIe 3 for our graphics card. And the ASRock H110M-HDV ticks all of those boxes. It's a solid motherboard in a micro ATX form factor, meaning you're not getting something massive, neither are you getting something small and possibly feature prohibited, if you will. Now for RAM, 18GB DIMM is still kind of the sweet spot at the moment. If you're going to do 4K gaming, you want to head up to 16 gigs of RAM, but at kind of the 1440p resolution, 18GB DIMM is fine. And in the current config, if you go and buy this identical RAM, again, hit that identical link in the description again for the RAM and add that in. With this RAM, you can get up to 16GB of DDR4 2133MHz memory. For storage, 1TB of Seagate Barracuda hard drive storage isn't going to be as fast as SSD storage. However, it's much cheaper and does the job. Your Steam library is going to be on here, your movies, your music, all that kind of thing. And if you did get an SSD later on down the line, such as an OCZ Trion or a Samsung 850 EVO, you would just move Windows over to that operating system and everything else can stay on here. Mass storage at its best, and it's like a really great value device. For the video card, the RX 480 was an easy choice. The GTX 1060 pricing is even more volatile than the pricing of the RX 480, which is even more volatile than any other graphics card pricing ever. Seriously though, the demand for this RX 480 has been insane, so I'll make sure to leave links in the description below where you can actually manage to pick one of these up. And the reason demand is so high is because it's such a great graphics card. It not only looks good, it's quite cool actually for an AMD GPU, and it performs incredibly well, on par with the GTX 980, which was one of the flagship graphics cards from Nvidia's last generation lineup. Housed inside the NZX TS340, the case of choice in this build, you can go either white, black and red, black and blue, plain black, or black and green Razor Edition. I've got a white one in this parts list, but you can just search the rest of them on Amazon or your preferred retailer. We've got front panel USB 3, SSD show-off area, power supply shroud to cover your ugly power supply and cables, superb cable management and support for up to full-size ATX power supplies and motherboards. One of the greatest cases of 2015, and it has definitely sustained its position throughout the course of this year. And to wrap it all up, to keep this build nice and powered up, EVJ 600B is a 600 watt 80 plus bronze certified power supply. It looks great for a power supply anyway, and you're going to be kind of hiding these cables as much as you can. An 80 plus bronze certification guarantees that your power supply is giving clean power and also saves you money out the wall with efficiencies. And you've got bang on double the headroom, i.e. this build only consumes 300 watts, so you've got enough room for another graphics card, some more RAM, or even another couple of hard drives if you wished. But that wraps it up for this build. If you want to see any of my 350, 4, 5, 6, 7, 750, 8 or $1,000 gaming PC builds, not to mention the $300 budget build, then you can go and check those out on the channel as well. And I've even got builds for UK price points. See, get me. Anyway, make sure to drop a like, rating and subscribe if you did enjoy it. And as always, we will see you in the next GeekaWhat video.